Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Scrubs of Southtown, episode 2, KOF podcast, co hosted by me, Passionate, and our host, Fatboy. You want to
Yo,
introduce
what
yourself,
up?
brother?
Just some fat fuck just want to play KOF and all that good shit.
And we have a special guest with us today, Party Barge.
Yay! What up, dude? Happy to be here. Thank you for having me. Please take care of me. All that stuff.
Absolutely, we'll take care of you as best we
Yeah,
can,
we got you, baby girl.
I promise I'll forget all the ass whoopings you gave me in casuals. I'll forget all of them right now.
Lies, lies.
Oh, man. So today I wanted to go and I gotta get rid of all this old stuff. Mind me. Let me get rid of that real quick. Okay, so today I wanted to kind of start off the podcast with talking about I guess our feelings on how the 15 is going to be rolling out. We've had like a week to sit on the trailer almost, or a few days. There was no trailer from Koch Media, so there was no new info, but I've got some new thoughts on Shatter and how I've been feeling about some of the mechanic changes and kind of wanted to see what you guys thought. So I think a good place to start might be is like I've heard a lot of discourse about people talking how they think Shatter is going to change the game with 15. Like it's going to make a lot of people have brain dead decisions. I want to know what you guys thought of that.
I don't know. I mean, brain dead decisions. I mean, like, are you just gonna like brain dead and just start out and just hope for the best of it? Because I mean, eventually, as people keep playing the game and experience like how Shatter Strike works, they're gonna develop how to play around it or how to use it in general. So can't really be brain dead and kill if you have like a mentality where you just want to be brain dead and it's not really you're not gonna get far. But I mean, you're still gonna have fun probably, right? But let's just be real. That's where you have that's where the mindset really stunts your growth as a player.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing about it, like KOF is already full of those kind of like uh baiting out certain reactions, right? And now they're just adding a whole new layer on top of it, right? Like it's not free either. It costs a bar. Of course you get it back. You get back half if it connects. But it's just adding another layer of that like bait and switch, right? Like, oh, you're gonna do it. Kind of the same stuff you've been seeing in Guilty Gear Strive, right? Like baiting out bursts and stuff. So it's definitely gonna alter like the flow of gameplay a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna ruin it in any way, especially if the game keeps the same speed that we have in 14 right now, which they've been touting actually in their marketing language. Like they've been saying like this is gonna have a speed of they keep saying speed of the match. So like, and from the footage, it looks about the same of 14. So like, I think it's gonna be okay actually.
One thing I did notice about like the match speed as they were playing is like the characters look like they didn't change different gravity like levels based off of like how they got hit. Like everything seemed to flow a little better, I guess. To add on to the speed thing, it looks like it flows a lot smoother.
Hmm.
But on the Shatter Strike side of it, my personal thought is like if you have a character that's going to commit to a DP, if you use Shatter Strike, you're committing to a DP with a bar, like or like an armor move with a bar, and like there's going to be so much counterplay built around it over time, like.
Wait. What do you mean by that? You're committing to a DP with a bar.
Because the Shatter Strike is a bar, right? Like you're using
Yeah.
it as something. So if someone's going to be jumping in on you and you're going to be like, I think you're going to commit to your offense, like someone like Ralph who doesn't have a true DP, he can
Oh.
use Shatter Strike as the DP, like and put himself in a situation like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
I
it's
think
gonna
that's
be an
going to help out
option.
a lot of lower tier characters who don't have like reversal options. With a meter, they might have a new reversal option. So I mean, that's just the lens I'm looking through it.
Right. I mean, the whole meter thing is going to be real interesting, right? Because now you have EX moves. Like, those, I mean, granted, those cost half a bar. So, like, your team formation, it's all going to be based around, like, who's got the EX moves I need to win? Like, who's got the cheap shit on my team? Like, who needs a little bit of help? Well, maybe I can't put them first because I need them to have some meter so I can make use of that Shatter Strike. Or I don't know, maybe Shatter Strike's more of like a last minute resort. Like, oh shit, I'm not ready for this. Shatter Strike. Like, get this off me. Get this guy off me. It's
Yeah,
kind
the
of
same
kind
the
of like
same
blowback.
urgency as the
Yeah,
DP would give you.
right. But without that same kind of associated risk.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't tell. Like if it costs half a bar, or sorry, if it costs a bar, for like a whiff or even a guard or whatever, um, I couldn't I couldn't get a. I'd have to rewatch the trailers. I couldn't get a sense of it if it's like how unsafe it is, or if it's just completely safe. Like I'm actually not sure.
I think it's completely safe. It's going to piss a lot of people off.
It definitely has to be like kind of negative, right? Like let's just say they try to use a reversal and you block it point blank. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be able to punish it. If you can't punish it, then that's just pretty retarded, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah. I mean, it might, but it might not. It might be like -4 or something. So like you got to have something right to punish with it. Like
Yeah, we'll have to
Yeah.
see how it plays out because we didn't know if it's gonna be based off of like your stand CD's frame data. I don't know if they're gonna change the frame data if you do the Shatter Strike version and whatnot.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how that rolls out because I see that as like a lot of most players' main concern about like the flow of the match. Like you want to do hop reset pressure, you want to do some other stuff, and some characters just don't have tools to deal with like Kyo doing a dolphin dive from a distance away or something like that. You know what I mean? So it'll
I
be
mean,
interesting.
yeah, I think it'll be interesting. We'll see how people figure out how to deal with it because, like, let's just say, for example, how when you do a safe jump and someone blocks it and they do like guard crush CD, and as they do a safe jump and it's guard crush, guard cancel CD, right? Then if they block it, the player who did the safe jump, then they pretty much get a free punish. And I have a feeling that it may pretty much play the same thing. You know what I'm saying? If you do a setup and they do that move, the Shatter Strike, and you safe jump it, and you hit you hit the armor, then you just land and you block, and that's pretty much could be a free combo for you. So I'm pretty sure people are just over exaggerating. Just like we just have to see and how it plays out. I think it's gonna be interesting because it gives people who doesn't have reversal or good anti-air something to use. It's gonna be spacing dependent. I think it's gonna make the game a little bit more, not more defensive, but you have more defensive options, which is great because the game could sometimes be oppressive, like especially if you're gonna play Ralph versus like Shunei, for example, right in 14. And like just having a little bit like a universal option could definitely like not give you the edge in the matchup, but you have something to use that could probably change like the flow of the game and make them think twice about certain decisions.
Yeah, it gives you
So I
that
think it's gonna be
opportunity
pretty.
to fight back.
Yeah, exactly. So right now we don't know how it's gonna play out. It's like a double-edged sword because remember, Shunei also has that same option. He can also use it to bully other people. Like it's this you could use it offensively at the same time. Like you do a block string, right? Let's just say I do like 3 crouch Bs and I notice that this guy likes pressing stand C, right? Just for some reason he likes doing because he thinks I'm a rehop. What I'm gonna test him out with the Shatter Strike. And what I'm saying, like it could be used in various ways. I think it's gonna be interesting, but it's definitely changed the flow of the game a little bit. But I don't know. We'll just have to see how it plays out.
yeah, I think a lot of the stuff coming for 15, it's gonna be like I said. I think EX moves are gonna dictate a lot about what characters you end up playing, and yeah, I think Shatter Strike is gonna be kind of like a I feel like it's still kind of like in that crutch territory, almost like blowback. But we'll see. I don't know. Yeah,
Because we don't know how much like frames of armor you even get, or if it has like a armor counter on it. Like you only get one armor on it. So yeah, we're gonna have to see how it plays out.
we also don't know like how much meter, like what's the meter gain gonna be like? Like how much of this are you actually gonna have on deck at any given time? It's like
hmm
yeah,
I
I
have to
don't.
have a feeling we're gonna be able to build meter fast. I mean, I could be wrong, but it seems like just watching from KOF in general, like it seems like you build meter pretty quick in like I think like 2002 and up. Like 98 was probably a little bit slower, but the game was just slow paced in general, right? But yeah, I think like 2000 and up, like 2002 UM, 13 and 14, you build meter pretty
Dang. So with all that now, finding a way to transition. I'm gonna have the editor edit this out. Sorry.
You have an editor?
I do have an
quick.
editor.
Right.
That's right.
Whoa, look at Mr. Hollywood over here with the big editor.
So we're like, what? How many characters have they revealed so far? Like 28, 29,
25?
25?
Oh, maybe
So,
no, yeah, maybe more cuz yeah, I didn't count the ones that don't have trailers yet.
yeah,
Something like that.
okay, so how many trailers do we actually have? 25 then? 14 characters to reveal at least, right?
Oh yeah,
So that's
27.
yeah, they got plenty of time still. They could definitely lag it out here and there, like for a random week or two,
Yeah,
then
I
throw
know.
in some trailers. Yeah, so
That's
they
what
got
I
some.
don't want.
They've
I
got
don't want
the
them to
OS at
lag it
any
out.
moment.
I want some hype built up. Like, the trailer we got last week was godlike. That's
Yeah, it was
exactly what
phenomenal.
everybody wanted. Now I want them to build on that. Don't go back to this character trailer per week bullshit. Like, I want to see some gameplay. I want to see some matches. Yo, get Ash's candy ass out on that YouTube video and have him just fighting, I don't know, K-Dash for 2 minutes straight.
And
That's
if
what
we're
I want.
making demands, then I want Graffiti Shunalis to be fighting Shune and kicking his ass too, because I can't wait to see
Yeah.
that shit.
That's right. We're making demands.
Come on, Fat Boy, what's your demand? All right, I put him on the spot. We're good. He's
He
just
said,
trying to
"I'm
play
a-"
KOF.
He said, "Hold up, I'm hitting this joint real quick."
But what's it called? If I was to make a demand, I would like a beta, straight up, dude. Like, just we have so many
Preach.
characters to play right now, right? Like, give us. And you already said there's rollback. Come on, I think like you gotta throw us a beta soon. You gotta let us test it out. Like throw different phases of the beta, like, and just have us test random characters at the same time. Like put like a stupid character rotation. Like, who gives a crap? Like let us test a character. Let us see if there's any bugs. Let us test Neko, which is most
Oh, there
important.
will be bugs.
And yeah, exactly. So let let us get our hands on it. Like shit, dude. Our clitoris is all wet over here and shit, but we're not getting any. Come on, man.
That's gonna be the big question. I can't wait to see the rush for plane tickets when SNK drops. Like, all right, we got 15 demo at CEO or some shit. Like,
Oh
right?
my
I
god.
have a feeling it's gonna be something like that. Yeah.
it's gonna be pandemonium, dude. It's gonna be like a race down to Florida.
We're gonna
the
be
worst part
fighting
of Florida.
TN members for all the tickets just to get in.
Yeah. It's gonna be Gibby behind the counter, just like ah! People hogging the setups. Oh my god. It'd be pretty
Damn,
fun.
I remember at Evo when I was testing 14, I had like a 30. I think I had a 36 game win streak, and the guy was like, "All right, man, you gotta. You only play a set against someone, then we gotta kick people off." And I was like, "Oh, you guys suck."
You got kicked off for sucking?
No, I got kicked off for having a 36 win streak.
Dude,
Shit,
I remember
man.
this one guy. I remember at the Sam Show demo, there was this one kid who just kept like losing and stayed on. I was like, dude, move on. I'm trying to get in on this. It was pretty funny.
I actually did that one time. I was drunk at a bar, and my homie was talking shit to the guy I was playing because he was drunker than I was. And the guy was up to snuff, who gets like second place at Wednesday Night Fights back in the day, and I was like super bronze, and he like started washing me, and I stayed on because there's no one else to play till Mike Ross tapped me on the shoulder and just shook his head like, it's time to go, man. So I've done that to someone before.
Wait, on which game?
On Street Fighter 5. But I just that reminded me of the story. Yeah, they definitely have to test the beta too, because even like let's take even Strive as an example, right? With how like the rollback was super sick in the game, even when the servers were like super wonky, the rollback was working amazing, but the lobbies were impossible to get into a match. So like
Yeah.
it took an hour to get the one good game, and it was like you get the treasure trove of like, yes. I just hope the beta is not like that, but I have a good feeling that it's probably going to be something similar, like a lot of up and downs, like, but that's the kind of stuff they have to experience to get it through for KOF to be good on launch, because if it has a lackluster launch at all, it's going to be much harder for us to do the kind of stuff that we want to do, like tournament wise and other stuff, because it only
Yeah.
takes one sour taste for some people who already don't like fighting games to want to just throw it away in the bin. So
Sure.
you have to always knock that shit out of the park.
Well, that's the problem with, you know, FGC Twitter sensibilities these days, right? Like that's the whole point of a beta. Like if they come out with a beta and it's rough, then that's good, right? That gives them time to fix it. Like
Yeah,
I
gotta
I
put
would
their
hope.
ass on blast, dude.
Yeah, I know they will. They will, but and you know, that's a good and a bad thing, right? It's letting them know like, hey, this needs fixed. Um, you know, people are unhappy. And I think, you know, they're going to get that data. They're going to be able to fix the problem. I just,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know, what you hope won't happen, right, is like that first time players are getting their first taste of KOF. Oh, it's super laggy. All the lobbies suck.
Yep.
KOF, you know,
That,
and then that's their first experience, right? And they can't wash that taste out of their mouth to spend $60 later when it's, you know, maybe it launches great, you know, and maybe they fix
sh-
everything. So
shit,
that's
you know, I'll pay 60, or I'll even pay for the digital deluxe bullshit just to get my hands on beta. Charge me, I don't give a fuck. Let me play.
Yeah, like
yeah. I have
I'm
a
already
feeling,
decided I'm gonna buy it. I'd do the same thing.
dude. I have a feeling I'm buying this game twice,
Yeah, me too.
and then they're
Yeah,
gonna
same here.
announce crossplay like a week after I do it.
Hey,
That's my
Yeah.
fear.
if they do, that'll be pretty sick to have crossplay. I hope that shit works.
Oh,
That
you
would
know
be. I
what
wouldn't
I'm
even be
scared
mad.
about? Like, I've been hearing stories about like certain games having like, so I think Tekken and I think freaking Pink, he said Guilty Gear, they have more lag on consoles. I think they said Guilty Gear has like 4 frames. I could be wrong, but I think that's what he said, unless he's trolling or some bullshit. And I
It's
think Tekken has delay too on console compared to
Yeah, you're right.
PC. So
There's more
I've
to it, but that's the gist. Like we don't need to go
it's
deeper.
it's
yeah.
the same with KOF 14 actually. I mean,
Yeah.
like the input lag on PC is less than the input lag
I think
on
it's by one
PS4.
frame though on PC to PS4, I believe, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it is. It's
But you
it
can feel it though. You can feel it.
yeah,
It's
it's
noticeable.
2 or 3 frames of lag. I mean, you got to factor in people's like TVs and shit. Like you're gonna feel input lag versus the PC version, but on PS4, you might also, and I've personally noticed this. It seems to smooth out the connections better than
The
PC.
best set
Like
I've ever
Yeah.
played in KOF was when I was on Catalina Island with like 10 down, 10 up, playing against Party Barge. And I'm not
yeah,
even kidding you. It was the best connection I've ever had in my life, and it was on PS4.
yeah,
Yeah, it is better on PS4.
and I think
It's weird. Like, I feel like when I play on PC, when everything's like, see, the thing is about PC is not always consistent on like what's called playing online. But there are days where I play you guys and it feels goddamn good. And when I play against like Nate and I guess like Sanchez, it
Yeah,
feels
that
like I'm
literally just
literally
happened last
almost
night.
playing off. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, yeah.
That shit was mud.
Uh, PC when PC is good, it's the best, and when it's bad, it's like the worst. And then PS4 just kind of fills up all that middle space, right? It's like, well,
Mm,
you got input lag, and it's gonna feel a little more mushy, but overall, the connection's gonna be a lot more smooth, in my experience.
yeah. See, the only thing that kind of makes up about like PC though, when there is like a little bit lag on, if you play against like East Coast people, like less input like delay, and then like when you play against like someone who has like 3 frames of delay, and then it makes up a little bit of it. That's why I like playing on PC a little bit more, because if it's like performing, it's literally better than PS4 to me.
It's like an
Yeah,
always
yeah.
locked input delay makes it so like the frame delay kind of evens out sometimes. Is that what you guys are kind of
Hmm.
saying?
Kind of like, instead of like having, let's just say there's 3 frames of delay based on network, but then like having like PC having like one less input delay compared to like PS4, it's just
Right.
like having that extra one less input delay. like built in on PC. Just it's gonna feel like maybe it's just like two for example, even though it's 3 frames, you get one.
Yeah.
While PS4 might feel like 4 or whatever.
Yeah, well, with the
Oh, yeah.
crossplay aspect of it, I hope that like they fix what, or not fix, but it's a very intricate problem when you're dealing with like hardware, right? Like you're going, one person has this one limitation. How do I make the Steam version either feel buttery smooth to it, or do I have to put a limitation on the Steam version for this crossplay thing to work? Like there might be some weird stuff that gets uncovered as time goes on if crossplay is a thing. But I don't even know, like, are you guys familiar with SFV and how crossplay works with like tournaments and stuff like that? Like, do they allow that?
Oh, that shit is crap. Well, I don't know if they allow it, but when I was playing PC to PS4, I noticed that like it with the rollback it jitters a lot. So
Yeah.
it's kind of weird because like PS4 or PC, like, or vice versa, right? They're not getting like the same plane of like view what you may be getting. So if PC like is ahead by like a few frames, then that should just everything up. That's why like when you play PC to PS4 back then, like some guy would literally like he's on the ground and when he jumps, he's like you don't even see him like you don't even see the jump animation. Like he's all the way at the top. Then when he's coming down, he's like right in front of your face already. So it's like playing against like fucking like a character from Dragon Ball, dude. They're just teleporting around your face and shit. That shit
Okay,
fucking
so I
sucks.
play PC to PS4 for advantage. Got it. I'll start doing that. I'll make sure only to
Yeah,
fight crossplay players.
but they probably have fixed it. I'm not sure, but that's how it was. Like, and that thing like literally made me quit the game. Like one of the main reasons, beside the game fucking trash. But
Oh yeah, I would punch my screen if that happened to me. There are a couple times where I got hit by that whole rollback issue where you like get the hit confirm like with a light kick, and I'm like, all right, buffer DP, let's go, and then like they were blocking the whole time, rolls back to blocking. You're like, son bitch. But that was mostly PS4 to PC. Like I had a little bit less of that console to console, or when I was playing Steam to Steam.
yeah, exactly. So that's why like I don't think Guilty Gear even has crossplay, huh?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. And even like well, I know it's a different game, but like when you play COD and shit, right? It's actually the same thing too. It's not even perfect, and this is coming from like a triple A company. They can't even like what's called make crossplay perfect. So there's a video a long time ago they put out where like sometimes like it could be PC or PS4, doesn't matter, vice versa. Sometimes like one person will see a difference in frame. So like a guy will be sticking out, but for some reason on the other guy's screen's like, yeah, he's not really sticking out, but I saw him stick, but he's sticking out on the other guy's screen, like due to delay or something like that. And then like the guy was able just to blast him in the corner of the wall. So it's different, man. Yeah, so like if you're hitting right, you may be going right more than you really are on the other guy's screen. Then on your screen, you probably haven't peeked through the wall, but the other guy, he saw you moving out. So it's not even perfect. So
Yeah.
I doubt that like fighting game's gonna be able to make what's it called, like cross platform a thing, like make it perfect. Even though a lot of people want it, but not a lot of people understand that like it's really not that great. But like in FPS, I don't think it really matters too much because there's way more casuals out there compared to like actually like pros out there. Due to the volume of players, they don't really notice like these little things because they don't really give a about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that comes from like necessity too, right? Like fighting game players, we go down to the wire. Like I've been at locals where I've been like calling out names for brackets and stuff, and someone comes up to me and says, "Hey, this monitor has one more frame of lag than the other one. I'm not playing on it until you can fix it." Like that kind of mentality and that kind of like person having crossplay introduced to them, and it being one frame off from what they're originally going, you're going to open up a can of worms on Twitter. Like I feel like that's probably one of the biggest reasons they don't want to go in that one.
Yeah, exactly. If they can't really do it, they're just gonna cause another chaos. Right?
I mean, at that point, you're really splitting hairs. Like
Yes.
it's probably a technical nightmare. I really don't know what goes into enabling crossplay, and also like you probably have to, I've heard you have to pay Sony a good chunk of change for it as well.
Oh,
That combined with the technical nightmare that it probably is, SNK is probably waiting for Arxis to do it first, and then see what goes from there.
That might
wouldn't-
seem to be the trend. Let Arxis do it first. We'll follow later if it works.
Yeah,
They got that
SNK,
Dragon Ball money.
they do. Yeah, just don't make the login take 2 minutes straight, please.
Yeah, let me
I had to
speedrun
say
Mario
those
real
those speedrun video, exactly what you were about to say too. Those speedruns of like where people would like do the 1-star beat Bowser Mario speedruns or whatever. They would do that while the Guilty Gear screen was loading. That shit was like some of the most entertaining things. Like, what games could you speedrun while you were trying to connect to the server from America?
Yeah, that shit is rough. That really is.
Is it still like that? I haven't really played since.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it is. Yeah, I haven't played since either, but
I don't
I've
think it's
heard if
gonna
you're in-
change for a while.
If you're in Tokyo, it's lickety split quick. But yeah, if you anywhere else, it's gonna be a minute.
Damn, such a shame. Well, hopefully it doesn't turn out that way. And yeah, hopefully SNK, throws the game on our hands, the beta for people who pre-order. Let us test all those kinks out from, because it literally will give because the game definitely could use help, right? Like for it to take off better than what it could really be or potentially be. Because like, come on, man, like 14 was pretty rough. 13 to 14 was like I would have to say it's like a terrible transition. I think even 13 had it bad because of netcode was just hot garbage. So like, if SNK want to do well, they gotta like definitely make like KOF 15 launch right.
Yeah, I hope they do really well on the launch, because once again, I'll say it again, the better we do, or the better they do, the better we can do for the community. We can have stable online, we can host tournaments. That's free advertisement for them, and we get to have like a good ass time and support artists and do all sorts of crazy stuff. So like, and these 3v3 team tournaments that are in talks and other stuff, like, there's so much potential for this game if it hits off on the right foot and it is fun and it is good compared to other games. And I say that only because everyone who like normally joins in on the discourse of, oh, I'm not playing this one, is mostly like, it's not like the one I used to play. So I just hope that it's close enough or enough to satisfy people's tastes and get them, geared in and pushing towards like wanting to compete and traveling and really starting this like new chapter, I guess, right? Like post apocalyptic FGC. You know what I mean? Everyone who made it out.
Like,
Yeah, it seems like that's what they're going for too, especially with the meter system. It seems almost like a amalgamation of all these past systems, right? Like it seems like, from what I've seen, it looks like both the 13 players and the 14 players should be happy. And I think that's your two, at this point, that's your two most important groups. Even the 98 players, right? Like it looks like they built the meter system to where, if you don't, like, yeah, the top players are gonna utilize max mode, but they also nerfed like quick max, right? So if you're not into quick max, right, it's gonna change up that gameplay. Like if you're not the ways to optimally use your meter, right, are not known yet. So it could be interesting. Like if everything kind of even out, that's gonna be real interesting, right? You can choose the way you want to play that game, and I think that's the most exciting thing, right? Like get the 98 players, get the 13 players, get the 14 players, get them all converging on this game. And if it's good and it plays great online, it's going to be a really exciting time for KOF.
And give it tag. No, I'm kidding.
And give it tag. throw some fucking strikers in there. Y'all want to summon Neo and Geo from the grave?
Hey man,
Yeah.
if they should just remove draft mode and just throw in like a mode and then just make it play like KOF freaking 11, that'd be sick.
Oh, they get rash in a heartbeat. 11 at 11 will be back. 15 at 11.
I don't know.
There's no
15 to
15
Hyper
on the
mode.
clock.
Yeah.
Not unless you're anywhere else but the U.S. Then there's 15 on the clock everywhere.
That means
Tweeted
there'll be
out.
like 2 Shatter tournaments, huh? One for like the people who likes that fast-paced Marvel like KOF.
I
But
I, I,
that'll be
I don't
sick.
know what I don't know what Harold's alluding to in chat. He said they tweeted out some sort of Faith Hill song. I saw that they dropped a story mode trailer. I didn't see anything new in it except one like screen between the two new girls that they showed.
Wait,
But
what is that? Was that
yeah, it was just 30 minutes ago.
Hey,
Oh, wow.
Nate, if I don't know
pull
if
it
you want
up.
to try and pull it
I
up.
I don't know if I can. I will try.
There's
I
a new
was having
song,
that
apparently.
audio
Well,
issue.
make it work, dude. Use those magic fingers you got, man.
All right, you got it,
Nate's
brother.
got magic fingers.
Oh, I
Whoa.
have magic fingers, brother.
Whoa.
That's there's one thing I'm confident about. It's that.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. The
Alright.
formatting is not great. All right,
The,
that's the best we got.
that's the key art. Kydern looking real pimp on the cover there. He's like, I finally made the box art, y'all.
All right, now back into square one. Okay, we're good here.
There we go.
What the am I listening to?
See, that's the thing. I haven't heard it yet.
Yeah, I haven't heard it yet either. I'm so
Just
sorry.
try to sync it up.
I'm having audio issues here. So it looks like Meitan Kun and Benny Maru are running towards the lady with the dreadlocks. Man, everyone's just arguing. What is everyone arguing
all
about?
look-
There's no audio.
Everybody looks pissed off.
Yeah.
Ash is in there. All right. Big purple light. Looks
Shune
like
jumping
Yori.
into the abyss.
Yeah. Okay, something bad is happening. It's KOF endgame. Can't hear the song that well. I got it coming out my other speakers.
You don't want to hear.
It seems like it will. It
Am
is
I
some-
saving
maybe it's-
everybody here?
Maybe it's the ending theme.
Maybe, but
Instead of
I guess,
instead of
wait,
fake
what was
Oasis.
new? I don't think I saw anything new unless I'm just high as usual. But
The only scene I saw that was new was the two shots of the two new girls.
Yeah, that seems to be it. Like I don't see anything brand new.
And
Seems
maybe
like they
maybe an
partitioned
extra
it off.
shot of Team Sacred Treasures there. I don't recall, but
This game is looking real nice though. I'm liking how it's looking compared to 14. Like
You know,
the art style differences that they have in the game. It looks more polished.
yeah, it looks nice. I like the style that it has, but haters out there are gonna criticize. I don't think it looks bad at all. Especially, I think when people get it on their screens in motion in HD, 4K, whatever, PS5, I think they're gonna be surprised. I think the game's gonna look real good in game.
I think people don't like the anime kind of style going a little 3D in a way, and it just makes it look kind of like. I guess it's just not to everyone's taste, right? Some people
Sure.
could use some work. Ash could definitely look like he could use some work. He kind of, I don't know why, but just something about his fingers, dude. They're like
Yubi!
It's his
dude,
lips.
he got some fine ass lips. I'll give him that. But have you seen that index finger, dude? That shit looks as long as a sausage, dude. Like just look at that shit. It's like Oscar Mario's wieners, dude. Like just pull that shit out of the package and you got that shit for Ash's fingers.
Ash
You got
Crimson
Oscar
wouldn't
Mayer
have it any
wieners.
other way than Oscar Mayer Wiener fingers. I'm just saying.
Oscar Mayer wiener fingers, DSLs, beautiful
That's right.
hair. It's
That's right.
it's the whole
He
kit.
got everything. He even
looked
got
like-
the bitch face going on, you know?
He looked like Posh Spice. Yeah, he's giving the stink face. He looks like a blonde Posh Spice with the stink face. Like he's ready to rumble in his slushy road. I don't know. That's how Ash get down, dude.
Ash getting down in that ambiguous slushy road.
The slushy road, yeah.
How
I need to
many
see that
people
page.
finding out this weekend though that Ash was a guy? That was probably the funniest thing.
Yeah.
The sheer
is a
number
guy?
of
Hold
people. Wow, this girl looks amazing. What do you mean he?
He looks like Cruella DeVille, but like all in red. It's
Right?
pretty funny.
I'm really liking
But
the looks of like Benny Maru's new like arm or not arm his like new just character design, I guess, like his new outfit. I'm liking that they made Shune a little buffer and he doesn't look super skinny anymore and stuff like that. I want to see how the other characters look in motion in the story trailers and stuff. Like I want to see what like Rio is looking like and their movements and whatnot, because they haven't shown off too much, but it's
I don't
looking pretty
think
good.
I don't think Terry and Real's gonna get shown much because like I feel like they're more focused around like like Kyo, Yori, Teen Sacred Treasure, K Dash, Ash, and Shune. Like I think like Terry and Rio, they're done, dude. I mean, they're still like, of course, they're still gonna be in KOF, but I don't think they're gonna play a major part in the story, like at all anymore. Which sucks because I would like to see them like play more part into the story because like they were protagonists and like for, like Art of Fighting, Fatal Fury, and such. But I guess it'd be like what it does.
Yeah,
yeah,
time moves on. People get recycled and moved out. You have to find the new Tasty Steve prayer beads. You got to give them to the new guy, make him younger. Has to happen.
the new girls, yeah. I just want to say those new girls look great, and
I
like
think that's amazing too. Yeah.
people were surprised, and like or whether you love it or hate it, you gotta admit there's some solid character design going on. I mean, you got all your classics, like you got a lot of timeless looks. Like I think the KOF 14 character designs were great. Like if you just move your cursor around that character select screen in 14, it's like a fucking Japanese lookbook. It's
Yeah.
like look at Benimaru, look at Alice, like look at what the characters wear. It's modern, it's interesting, like, and I think they made things look better, and like yeah, the new characters got some drip. It's like uh people still don't like Shune's design. They're going for like a real specific thing there. It's definitely all over the place, but that's that look, right?
That's
Like
the hype beast
that's
type look.
yeah, that's what that look is. It's supposed to be like all over the place, like it's
Like
like
he's gonna
the
have a by all
Chinese
means
punk kid.
necessary
Yeah,
like mod by the first week on that jacket.
yeah, yeah.
I hope there's a mod for Chizuru because she got some bust, dude. Have you seen her titty?
Yes, we have.
Chizuru? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
We've been watching the same trailer, sir. Man.
They gave Chizuru an upgrade.
I can't wait to see her use her clone
That's-
stuff in action though, and see what it's gonna be like in 15. Like she's not a character that appeals to me like visually outside of like, cause she's not like super flashy, but her moves and her movement, like it's all so like, I don't know, it feels very flowy, and then her being able to have like a clone and stuff, that seems cheap and right up my alley.
If she's cheap, you're gonna play her. Look,
Oh
we
yeah,
already
that's
know
right.
that.
Yeah,
We
I
already
like
know that.
I like the cheap and busted, the
Oh,
good
yeah.
hotness.
This man's gonna main Chizuru, Chris, and I don't know who else.
Graffiti
Shune.
Shunalis.
Yeah.
Graffiti Shunalis.
Oh yeah, those two new characters. They're gonna be strong.
I hope so. I mean,
100%.
I hope that those characters actually turn out to something interesting, because the way that they designed those characters turned like, I mean, I really like them, but it looks like they put a lot of work into them to make them like a big part of the story, at least with putting it like front and center on the trailer and giving the dynamic like this chick is the rival to Shune. Like I think that's going to be a big opportunity to knock it out of the park.
Yeah. There's definitely some interesting power dynamic they're showing off between the two new girls. Like the the Jet Set Radio girl is like, I'm in charge, and then you see that other girl like in that new trailer, she's like, I don't know about all that. Like I'm kind of curious how that's gonna go.
She's definitely look like she's hiding some sort of sauce.
Yeah. People saying she looks like an inkling. Yeah, she squirmed her way out of Splatoon. And Jet
Yeah,
Set
she's going to be
Radio.
the DLC character in the new Splatoon game, and then every time we show her on screen, we're going to have to pay Nintendo a royalty in tournaments.
Mm. Oh no.
Oh, that
It'll
one,
be their way to
have-
get back at us.
I'll shoot Sakurai if I have.
Hey, you leave Sakurai alone. The
Yeah,
man is a
Sakurai is
saint.
okay.
He gives
But
it all. He puts it all on the line.
he didn't put Mai in though. Are you not
Yeah,
mad
dude.
at him for
He
that?
said the game is for like good boys and good girls. I'm definitely not a good
Yeah.
boy, that's for sure.
You know how many Nintendo moms are gonna freak out? They see Maya Shiranui on the screen, and those kids are playing Smash.
Yeah, but those moms ain't afraid to put out. Come on.
Yeah,
I
it's like
agree. They could have put her in her original Fatal Fury outfit and probably been okay. I wish they did. I hope they bring that outfit back as DLC. By the way, like I want that shit. I think she looks great like that. I don't know why they don't do that.
They never bring back, yeah. Hopefully they bring back more outfits, right? I think that's a moneymaker, but I think the game has to take off first. So I think maybe if the game does well, maybe SNK will have more incentive to actually throw out more like DLC outfits because people will pay for that shit, dude. They'll pay
Oh yeah.
like any amount just to look at some toes and shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Harold brings up a good point. That was probably the rating boards. Like when he gave that presentation, you could tell there was a sense of regret he didn't get to put Mai in that game.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, these kind of things like they suck having that, but I love that KOF doesn't have that barrier, right? Like they don't have like, oh, this is made for a certain audience. I mean, other than their audience, but like their audience is, not gonna worry about it.
It's got a barrier, just not the one.
Yeah,
anybody
just not
wants
that
it to
one.
have. Yeah, KOF definitely has a barrier, and it's definitely something that I would like to debunk, but I don't know. Maybe it's not the time or the place.
Yeah, well, it's time to shatter all expectations is what they've been telling us for the past few weeks, and I think I mean, we all memed it like, oh yeah, we're gonna lower our expectations to 0. Ha, get them. And then it was like they released that hella good trailer, so like, oh shit, okay, all right, SNK.
Yeah, they had good moments. Some were, some were a little lackluster, but sometimes they hit the spot here and there.
I definitely was getting tired of the whole silhouette vibe. Even though we're back to it, like I was definitely getting tired of it. It was a very good break.
We don't know that for a fact, though. I mean,
That's true.
I haven't seen a silhouette yet. I'm sure they'll drop one tomorrow, and I'll be like, "Oh, great!" But but yeah, they finally lived up to that horrible tagline they picked for themselves with that last trailer, right? Like, I mean, they said the magic words. They said rollback netcode. They said,
Yeah.
"Here's the system." I think the UI looks great. I know some people don't love it. I think it looks super readable and flashy in its own way. And DJ station, I'm super excited for that. I'm curious how they're going to roll that out exactly. I hope it's not gotcha or pay as you go or some shit like that, but I don't think it will be since they announced like, hey, we got over 300 songs, but they could try to find a way to monetize that. I'm a simp, so I'm buying it all, but but
I hope they don't monetize it or anything like that. I think they're gonna let it rock, right? It seems like a lot of like what was it called? Like fighting game music or just like video game music, they don't really go through all that bullshit, right?
not typically. I can't see it from SNK, but like they might have taken a few notes from Capcom or Arc System Works, They
Yeah,
this
like-
is how you keep a game monetized over time. Like
My biggest gripe with Dragon Ball outside of like all the netcode and stuff like that was when it came to the music. They had like OST packs they put into the shop, and I bought them because I'm just a Dragon Ball fan. Like I love that shit. So I was like, let me rock out, play Bardock combos to Hala Heshala. Like, let's go. And it would always shut off my ability to record or stream the game when I was playing those songs. And it would
Oh,
like limit
God.
me. And it was probably one of the most frustrating things because you get like 10 to 20 songs for $15. Like it wasn't like a super cheap thing, like $5 for all this music. Like you're getting the money for the artist, you're getting this for this, but you're not like able to. It would make it hard for me to even just listen to those songs in training mode and record those things back to like upload them to Twitter or to even just be like, oh, I found this sick tech, let me save it. Oh no, I can't look
Okay.
back and watch what I did.
Yeah, fortunately, that's the company that owns Dragon Ball's bullshit. That's not like I don't think you're gonna have any problem playing classic SNK tunes and like recording or anything.
I really hope not.
That's
Like
true.
that's just my one fear is like if there's issues with DMCA's or stuff like that, it gets into like really weird stuff with tournaments and whatnot. And it's something I've experienced before, and it just I hated it.
Yeah, it's the Twitch dystopia we all live in every
Yeah.
day and just accept. Like Groovy getting shut down in
Yeah.
Discord.
Yeah, that was
R.I.P.
fucked up.
Groovy. R.I.P.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this much. I'm gonna run ad block till the day I die.
Me too. Me
Yeah,
too.
same here.
Suck my dick, dude.
If you're at
As
home
soon
and
as
you're
I see an
watching,
ad,
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
as soon as I see an ad get through on Twitch or YouTube, my ass is immediately on whatever forum I gotta be on to stop that shit immediately.
Like I was just
Yeah, for
watching
real.
on Twitch today something, and it was on my phone, and it gave me 4 ads, and I switched to my computer immediately.
Yeah,
I
like
got up from my
watching-
bed.
I'm watching a stream and people in the chat are like 7 ads in a row. I'm like, "Pfft, no thanks, dude. Like I'll stop watching Twitch before I'll watch 7 ads in a row, straight up.
But that's one of the weird things too, is like the ads feel like super disingenuous. Like one of the things I want to do for tournaments in the future is like contact different artists and have them make ads that we can like run for them during events and stuff like that, like
Yo,
create a service for that,
absolutely.
you know? Like
Yeah,
I don't want to have like here is, our KOF 3v3 tournament. We need to run an ad break real quick to make some money. We'll be right back cuz grassroots, we're all fucking poor. And then fucking Reese's Puffs pops up. Like everyone knows what fucking Reese's Puffs is. I want someone to see fucking Tanzong and his art and other stuff, like his KOF in 1 minute stuff like that. Like I want people to like support people in the FGC and other stuff like that. Like it feels so odd. Like I don't know. It feels like a very direct opposition to what I'm trying to do is the ad way that Twitch goes about it. But maybe not badmouth Twitch here so I don't get shot by a Twitch cop. But hey, until that happens, I'll do it, I guess.
Badmouth Twitch. Yeah. Yeah, they bang that community drum all day and then they're like, yo, watch this McDonald's ad. It's killing you inside. Nah, yeah. It takes a little legwork, if you wanna advertise the artists that matter, the community that matters to your viewer base, like yeah, you gotta do the legwork. But in the end, it makes a big difference. I mean, like, dude, look at what Yipes did for Strive like last weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It's like, dude, just community events. Like that ain't no sponsored scheduled tournament. That was just Yipes doing his thing, hosting some money matches, and letting the players play and letting hype build, and it was like, it was the most entertaining thing like the FGC's had in a while. Like it wasn't some esports try hard shit. It was just
this
grassroots
all this was
community. That's what
built.
it's all about.
Yeah, everything was built on grassroots. Like when I first got here, like into the FGC, because my first exposure to KOF was I was working an event with Alex Valle for Level Up, and I think it was Hyperdrive, and like I fell in love with the game, but I didn't know anything about esports really. Like walking in, I just had to start slowly learning, and every time like I see some sort of growth come from a tournament series or something like that, it's not necessarily like highlighting the things that made it great, right? It's not like highlighting the grassroots aspects of the FGC or highlighting the players who come out every week to make it happen. It's always like, all right, Punk's here, and Dollar Shave Club is giving us an opportunity to tell you about shaving, and then they give Punk a razor or something.
Punk could use Dollar Shave Club, to be honest. That dude's looking scraggly sometimes.
Yeah, it's but that kind of stuff bothers me, like it's like why not just like be like, yo, this is Punk, this is what he does, this is what he's been grinding, he's been pushing this stuff for the FGC, like this guy's going up against this guy, this is what he's pushing, this is what he's been grinding, like let's make the lore of it. Like let's talk about the people who are here, because that's all that we really have. Like we have so many cliques within the FGC. Like all of us, we play together, us group, like we have our little group of players. You know, TN has their little group of players, and even like there's so many different teams, you know,
Yeah, shout outs
and
to
people who,
TN. Yeah.
yeah, seriously,
Team
shout
West.
outs to anyone still playing KOF and grinding this shit. You guys love this game as much as we do. Like I mad respect immediately. But like in general, like we need to see some sort of change that is going to be highlighting, you know, the greatness of these different teams versus the greatness of my tournament, or the greatness of my ability to bring competitors here. Like that's all like shallow and facetious in my opinion. Like it needs to be more about the things that make it great. People need to see the things that we all love and highlight in the proper light. But and I don't even know what it's gonna take to get to that point. But it's gonna be all of my conceited effort, like to do that for 15, you know, coming up.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. First of all, it ain't shallow. I mean, the people of the FGC is what makes it, right? Like people tune into that, like whether you like it or not. Like people tune into that Punk match because they either want to see him win or they want to see him get his ass whooped.
Right.
You know, like the big personalities, love it or hate it, like it makes an event hype. So like, yeah, being able to shine that light on the players, like get some rivalries going, uh, you know, i it's what makes a community bigger and more interesting. But yeah, you know, at the same time, the game got to be there too, right? Like the
Yeah.
game got to be what people want. It's got to be playing right. It's got to be playing good online. That way, you got more events. You start to see those rivalries build, and yeah, and then yeah, you need the streamers, right? You need the content creators to put that shit up front, get eyeballs on it, get people hype about KOF. Um, you know, that's what it's going to take. It's going to take a and you know, and that's what we got though. You know, you got those people like Rome and Violent Kane and ET, you know, fucking across, you know, just
Yeah.
consistent people playing 14, like just doing it for the love of the game, like for no other reason. So yeah, I think when 15 comes out, it's gonna explode. Then you know it's gonna have some haters like, oh, game sucks. They're gonna leave. But then you know you're gonna have a big core group. I think you're gonna have a bigger core group playing this game for a longer time than there's ever been. So I'm excited.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
I hope to see a bunch of new people, fresh faces, and all that stuff. And you know, like sometimes I just want to like hop in KOF and play. Well, I think this is before I met everyone, right? Like I have no problem playing the same people, but sometimes it's like I want to hop in and play new people. You know, like if they suck, if they're good, I want to see like new faces. Now I don't even play KOF until like I see you guys hop on. But
Yeah, I
hopefully like 15 get like, you know, a bunch of more people coming in and I can just hop in, hit like player match, go to a lobby, see some guy's name I've never seen before, whoop his ass, talk some shit, then you call it a day.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
the kind of
variety
stuff I want
is
to see.
spice of life for sure. You want to be playing new characters, different teams, different styles, like, and hopefully the game has those systems in place to allow all those different styles. You know, it's not just optimal combo after optimal combo, right? I want to see some mix and change up and stuff. So
Yeah. Like talking about like seeing like new creative stuff, I felt like this is just my take on it. I know not everyone's probably gonna feel the same, but you know how like Kill of 2002 and 13 has like those custom combos in the max mode? I feel like the game lost a lot of creativity when you remove that because like um I know the of course there's gonna be like huge damage combos off of it and but then like with those things like you could always like opt in for like different combo enders, make it look fancy and all that so I lose a little bit of creativity going on in that.
yeah,
Y-
And I
for
feel like in 15, it's just gonna be almost like 14. Everyone's just gonna have like this optimal route that they're gonna go for.
Well,
So
that's
it's
going to
just
be
gonna be
every game.
mainly fun.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, of course this is gonna be in every game. Even 13, they're still gonna go for the basic, like, you know, like HD combos, right? That does the most damage. You're gonna get those people who wants a style, like you get
Yeah.
like Mr. KOF, which is the reason why he loses when he shouldn't freaking lose, because he tries to style. I mean, like that's why he anchors Ash.
It's a man after my own
I'm pretty
heart.
sure. Yeah. So I mean, have you seen his combo? Like this one stupid like video where he does like some fancy ass combo with Ash, and he doesn't kill him, just needs like a hit or two. Then you see Yuri jumping with like one JC, and he just kills him with one combo.
It's
No,
the
I've
Like,
never
story of
seen that.
KOF.
But yeah,
I've seen
that's
the, I've
that's
seen
it.
the highlight on Elky Dori's channel of that for sure.
Man.
but I'm just saying, like, I hope there's a little bit more room in creativity, but I feel like the creativity is gonna be happening in the neutral, instead of like combos and like mixes and 15. But I hope I'm wrong, because like, with it having like different, like being able to use EX half a bar to do like certain knockdowns and combos, maybe there'll be like more fancy okies and all that stuff. But I love combos, man, and it kind of hurt me to see like we can't do fancy like HD combos. Like I wish, that's what I'm saying. Like I know people are against it, but I like O2 style because it was short in a way. It wasn't as long where you do like freaking 6 DPs and like 18 hurricane kicks, for example. Like you just did like a move, you cancel another move, and go to another move, and you pretty much just ended super. Like you probably get like 2 to 4 cancels like at most. Like
Yeah,
they should just keep it short.
yeah. I would like to see some more reset stuff like Rio and Vanessa have in 14. Like I want to see some more like risk but reward routes, right? Like let
Mhm.
let people get into juggle states more often, or like or just I don't know, or even 14. It's got some interesting stuff. It's mostly in the form of resets, right? But like setups and resets. As long as it has plenty of those and a lot of room for building on stuff, I think it's going to be interesting enough.
Yeah, I hope so. I think the dynamic of the game is gonna change due to the meter system. So I think it'll be pretty interesting.
Yeah, with the meter being like EX anywhere, like I was thinking about this the other day. If I did like a jump in with Shune and I didn't want to confirm into max, and I wanted to just be I don't know if you can build meter after using an EX, but
You should.
I don't have to
Theoretically, you should.
cancel. Yeah, I don't have to cancel into max mode off of stand C. I could just go into EXDP if the frame data is similar or something like that, like in 14 theoretically. So other characters that would necessarily need like a whole meter to get their game plan started could possibly now only need half of one. Maybe they don't even need half of one with changes coming into the game. Like I think that it's going to be really interesting to like really dig in to see like how does this character score a knockdown? How does this character get their game plan started? Like is this character more neutral based, or do they need meter to survive? We're going to see like a meta shift, hopefully, if they do a good job of balancing and all that stuff. Like maybe this character, like Shune was great on anchor last time in 14, but maybe now he's really good on point because other characters have more ability to use meter. Like all that stuff is like super fascinating to me. I can't wait to get in the lab and just start digging.
Right? Like and like that's a good example because like you get characters like mature, like Haydn, right? When they have like if they could just throw an EX fireball, just half meter. Oh man, that totally changes like the defense and offense like switch, right? Because like Haydn could be like, okay, I'm on the defensive side. All right, I landed one good DP. Oh shit, I have half meter. Man, like you could expect like a Highland player just throw an EX fireball and then he's just gonna run along with it. The and now it's his turn, the momentum is gonna change.
Dude, I've always thought that raw EX on anchor is a little bit underused in 14. There is some serious crazy damage you can do with that if you have the opportunity to use it. And yeah, I'm most excited about that. And just like you said, thinking of characters like Hyder and like Antonov, like the things that they can do with a full stick of max mode. Good God, like it's like it never ends.
I think that's another reason why they brought in Shatter Strike. I feel like because things will get quite chaotic for certain characters, and and especially like EX meter being like just half. Shatter Strike might help. It's definitely gonna freaking like help change like the momentum of the game. Is like, hey, I noticed that you like to get a little crazy with using your EX meter. Like you're gonna try to go with this like instant over. Here, let me test out a Shatter Strike.
Yeah,
See if I get a wall bounce.
yeah, it's a whole. Yeah, like I said, it's going to be a whole nother layer, and there's going to be baiting the Shatter Strike. There's going to be probably crossing up the Shatter Strike to where like you activate it, maybe they get half their bar back, but they're still getting crossed up. Like
I want to know
who,
if it's
who
throwable,
knows?
because if it's throwable, it's OSable with a safe jump.
It's probably gonna be throwable. Who knows, right?
Yeah, because if
Like,
you
we
can
just have to
do
see.
that, that would be ridiculous. Because I'm thinking just jump in scenarios where someone would want to shatter strike you. You do a safe jump, they wake up, shatter strike. You know, like you just grab them
Yeah,
right
we have
out
to
of it.
see if they give it the Clark and Dino armor property. You know how like it absorbs, it has like a few frames of armor, and it's throw you can't throw, so it has throw info at the same time.
Yeah,
So like I think it might be something similar to Clark's and Dino's armor property. I could be wrong, but that's my guess because you're spending resource to use it, and I think SNK may give that to you.
Right.
yeah. I'm trying to remember if in that Rio and Robert trailer, did they ever show somebody attacking into it twice?
No,
I'm
they only
not
showed
sure.
it once.
I'm gonna watch it here with the sound off to try and remember if it
Yeah.
had that kind of armor property.
I really want to see how the party mode and stuff is going to be working too, like and how the lobbies are. Like if they're anything like they were in 14, I'm going to be really happy. Just give me
Man,
the opportunity to kick somebody.
I know I'm pretty indifferent about 14's like party lobby. I mean, like I love it. You know, I love playing it, but man, dude, when we play party mode, that shit feels like I'm playing Hera.
Well, that's why the rollback is supposed to be there, right? Like that's
I know,
why.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just saying. I just hope it doesn't end up being like that. I don't want to feel like I'm playing with like 6 frames of delay.
Yeah, that would make sense. I 100% agree on that. Like if the net code is fleshed out on it and it's working well, I think that it'll be a very great feature. I hope it's not like the one feature that like we have to wait a few months for them to fix if they ever do, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harold said he wonders what happens if both hit simultaneously. Probably the same thing that happens when both hit blowback now in 14. I
Both
imagine.
blow back to the wall.
Yeah, or maybe they both crumple, right? Because if it's ground, if they're on the ground, they crumple, right? And if they're in the air, then they wall bounce.
Oh, I
So
didn't see that part.
who knows? Yeah, and I watched the trailer again. They don't show, yeah, they don't show any multi hits, but they do show like at one point Robert uses it, and and Rio guards it, but then he just uppercuts when Rio tries to hit a button. So I don't know. There's some interesting dynamic there.
That's
Little
going to be
risk
fun to
reward.
run into online right
Mhm.
there. Everyone's going to be calling the CD into DP, the Brazilian Ken all over again.
Brazilian kid.
Yeah, that's half my game plan.
Yeah, I mean that I do that shit too. Like I do 2 Rekkas and then you want to punish the third? Nice try.
Yeah.
Bro, fuck.
Yeah, man, you got to. I wonder. I don't know if Alice. Do you think Alice is gonna make it into 14 or 15?
I'm not sure to be
Looking at this
honest.
pace, I'm
Yeah.
thinking not.
No,
Before
I'm not. I
I
don't think
thought
so.
yes, and now I'm starting to doubt. Yeah.
A lot of people hate her.
I wouldn't. I don't blame it one bit.
I blame them. They have no taste.
They have no taste. She's
I
cheap,
think
dude.
yeah. I think she's a fun character. I think oh shit. I ripped my mic off. I think she's a fun character. I just think yeah, that the her top tierness has hurt her image a little bit in the public eye.
I think like, though I guess like because I've been like Alex fan for a while. Like They hated her when she sucked. They say she's crap. They don't like her as a character. Then when she comes top tier, they just hate her even more. So I think the character's just been catching a lot of flack.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm a Sylvie fan, so.
Yeah,
Yo,
same
by the
here.
way, speaking of which, I saw Sylvie's sit animation for the first time the other day. Like, because I was watching
Oh yeah.
someone.
She's
I've never
composing the
seen that.
orchestra.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
just like sitting there, like swinging her arms. I was thinking, man, we got to get
Really?
a
You never
Corone
noticed?
mod. Yeah, we got to get a Corone mod for this chick, and
Sylvie
then
has
throw her
some
in.
of the best walk forward and backward animations in the game.
Yeah, you can
hell
definitely tell a good
When
amount
she
of the
puts her
budget went
hands
there.
up doing that little wave while she's walking back.
Yeah, the jazz hands. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of charm that I feel like a lot of people look over when they see this game, because they'll like look at it real quick, not know what's going on, and then just kind of like look away, you know? But
I
like
think she
that's the
looks
kind of shit
whack.
that's amazing. I mean, she
Like-
does look a little whack, but at the same time, she's got a lot
It's
of like charm.
personality at the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Exactly.
She's got a lot of that personality, like just resonating from her outfit, from like everything she does. It's like a lot of the like key animation like tips that you like see on YouTube, like 10 best animation things to get whatever, like personality, posture, pose, you know, playfulness, stuff like that. Like all of that shit is just so they did a really good job with Sylvie on that. Like
Mm-hmm.
I hope they do stuff like that for characters like Ralph and stuff in the new game. Like, cause I know they show him as like a super rugged guy, Metal Slug. You know, he normally runs around with a machine gun, but he's fighting with his fist for some reason. And like they need to make it where like his windscreen show off who Ralph is and like other stuff like that. Like I want to see more of that from SNK to like really give it like a love letter to the fans, because it seems like they're already kind of towards that with bringing all the past protagonists back and making a lot of the old villains come back and stuff. It feels like they're gearing up for something they're just setting themselves up to knock it out of the park. I hope they do with a lot of this charm.
Yeah. Speaking of Ralph, they won't do it, but I would love to see them bring back his beer bottle chug intro.
Oh hell yeah!
Throw
Like
that
in the
shit
beginning,
down.
He's
Oh
taking
yeah.
a sip. He throws a bottle. You hear that thing go clink clink.
What was
Hell
that
yeah,
from?
dude.
Oh, which one was that from?
98.
98?
Yeah, it's from
Oh my
it's
god.
At least 98, maybe earlier, yeah.
Maybe earlier too.
But see, that's the kind of shit that I miss in like games. Like they take a lot of that stuff out because of like tobacco and drug use or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
And sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I want to touch on that because I've said this before elsewhere, but honestly, like one of the most hype trailers for me was Chris's trailer, because what it showed is that little special intros like that are back.
Yeah.
Like they got Chris, you know, saying
Shermie.
Shermie, Yashiro, and they're like, yo, and
Yeah.
it's things like that that people have been like, you know, fighting game fans have been clamoring for. It's just, you know, that you can't undersell that. Like it goes a long way in showing the game's personality and character personality, more than just like a special dialogue at the front like Guilty Gear or Mortal Kombat does. It's like effective. It doesn't need a whole lot of words. Like, yo, these characters have a relationship. What's that? Well, I want to
And
know
it's
more
not the
about
same
that.
thing all the time too. Like it's
Right.
a dynamic thing. It's not just the same speech over and over, you know,
Right.
going into heaven or hell. It's, oh shit, for some reason Ralph and Clark are arguing. I know they look the same, but I don't know anything about this game.
Right.
Like,
These two are doing Power Ranger poses on the screen. What's happening?
yeah, exactly. That kind of stuff is
Just Why did they
amazing.
bring that dumb shit back?
They
Yeah.
alluded to it in their trailer. They're like, "Hey, let's pose like we used to," and he's like, "I don't know if we can do that."
Not in today's generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the kind of stuff I love, man. That's the stuff that gets me in, gets me hyped. Like when I first got into 14, I think I started playing the story mode just to like kind of hash out different characters and see what the lore was about. I eventually got tired of fighting the bots and just watched some like video stitched ass to mouth with all like the winning teams and stuff like that. And dude, it was so great when you got to King of Dinosaurs and he won and he's thinking about all the food he's gonna eat and all the stuff he's gonna do with his money and how he's like over contemplating and his teammates show up in the middle of him thinking and he's freaking the fuck out. And just like little stuff like that is amazing. And like we're getting an animation in the thing. Like,
Oh yeah.
oh, dude, I'm
Yeah,
so
shout outs
excited.
to Obari-san. That's gonna be real interesting.
Yeah, it looks really good. Like in my opinion, from what I'm seeing, like I want to see more of it. I hope that it's not just like a 4-minute thing, and that's all we're gonna get for like 3 years, 6 years. Like I hope that there's some more to it, but I'm just being over hopeful or wishful.
Damn, I like how people are hyped for it, but I'm like here crossing my fingers. Please don't make it cringe.
Don't make it what?
Don't make it cringe.
Well, I'm in the same
Oh.
spot too. I don't want it to be cringe. I want it to be good, but I'm
Well, I
excited
mean,
enough.
yeah.
Yeah, I do think that with the trailer coming in though, or not the trailer, but the animated short coming in, I think it looks really good. I agree, Fat Boy. I hope it's not cringe. It might be, it might not. Let's hope it's on the higher end or lower end scale.
The most cringe thing that happened was the fucking announcer for the trailer.
That's true. Style
shit
on
was-
him with a climax.
Yeah, that Max Power guy, like, I just remember watching that thing. Like, how many times is this guy gonna be like,
Everyone is here.
Yeah, it was over the top. Like, that's not what I want. Like, it's funny, and yeah, maybe it gets like, it gets
My
the eyeballs and
biggest
ears.
gripe with the announcer on all of that, through everything they had that mother say, because they had to pay him probably, right? Like there had to be like some meetings to hire this guy, and they didn't even have him say rollback netcode. Like, are you serious? They did? Where was
They
it?
did have him say it. Yeah.
No,
that's
but they
like,
he said online battle, didn't he?
no, he said rollback. He said rollback netcode.
Oh man, I must have missed that then.
Dude, he leaned into it. Are you
Okay,
kidding
all
me?
right.
Yeah,
Then consider what I said null and void. My bad. It exists. I'm happy again. I just missed it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they
I
were
don't
gonna
know. I
bust
kind of
out.
like his voice. It makes me laugh.
It makes me laugh
It is
too.
funny. It is funny. There's a fine line between cringe and funny. So,
Yeah, exactly.
or just having fun, like.
As long as that shit don't get old after 6 months,
Oh, it's not gonna get old to me. I don't know why. It's like because it has that feel where they're trying to be serious and make it sound like good and cool and all, but what makes it funnier is that like they're not trying to be funny, but it's actually pretty funny.
Yeah. And one thing I can give SNK though is like when they were doing all the trailers and they would announce everything and they would swoosh that in and you'd hear that deep throaty KOF. I always I was like leaning up in my chair, rocking back and forth, being like, "Oh baby,"
Yeah. It's over the top for better and worse. It's
Well, all right, guys. I think we're running close to the end time of today's session. I wanted to know if you guys wanted to close out with anything in particular, any sort of last thoughts you guys might have had on stuff we've discussed, or one more topic you guys wanted to talk about.
There might be an extra topic. But...
Okay.
All right. So, party.
Huh?
That bullshit we'll be talking about. We ready to let the people know or not yet?
Oh. Yeah, I would just say yeah, keep your eyes peeled. I'm not super active on Twitter. I know that's where a lot of people are. We'll probably be announcing something soon. Thinking about starting up a new tournament series, or at least a tournament, and then we'll see if the series will follow. I want to try it out. Basically, same thing we did on PC, right? The come up. Thinking about doing that on the PS4 version. Get new players interested, right? KOF been having a lot of sales on PSN. I think a lot of people are jumping in, trying to get acquainted with the game, playing more. I definitely been seeing people play more. So that wasn't a pun, I promise. But I've always been one to I've always wanted to fly the KOF flag, just because I remember back when I was starting out, I fell for that that propaganda, right? Like, oh man, KOF's hard. You know, it's hard Street Fighter. It's a hard fighting game. It's not the one to get into. When actually that's not true at all. You know, I want more people playing it. So yeah, I'm not ready to set the date quite just yet. Maybe coming up here on a weekend in September. But yeah, be on the lookout for a novice beginner tournament that I'm calling Still Green on PS4, PS5. Please check it out. Once it's announced, I'll let y'all know.
Sounds good. Same here with me. Been going through some life bullshit. Life been beating the shit out of my prostate gland, and I haven't really been doing much for Urian friends. But I think by next week I should be Gucci. I hopefully just setting my party straight and all that stuff, getting my life sorted out, and I think I will be making a poster soon for Urian Friends 4. We're gonna do another one for PC, and like if it goes well with life and everything, we may be doing on the PS4 one. So we'll see how that comes out and stuff like that. If we're gonna go through with it, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get interest in PS4, but we'll just see how it goes.
Yeah, and to go off of what you said too, it's actually a perfect transition. I'm developing and working on some beginner content for helping people who want to get into KOF be able to get into KOF. I know there's a ton of resources that exist right now, but a lot of them are long form, and I've been working on ways to make them a little more entertaining and break down into smaller chunks. And the first one, it's not going to be until October, but in October, I'm going to be starting the series, and it's going to be KOF 14 focused, transferring into 15, and it's going to be mainly about the mindset of a player that you're going to have to be going into when you're trying to learn a game. So it's going to help you transcend along other games as well. So I'm going to be getting a lot of different community members coming in on the things to break down different things as well. So look forward to that coming up as well. We also have this podcast. We're going to be going every Monday as long as that day stays good for all of us. We're going to be starting at 7:00, and we're just going to be talking about KOF and the stuff we love and basically everything you heard here. If you liked it, you can hit me a follow, maybe a subscription. Helps me out, helps me set up tournament stuff in the future, because I'm trying to build a local to get KOF 15 on the map down here. I don't want America to be the weakest link in the whole entire situation. You know, when we go to tournaments, I want us to be stronger. So helping support online tournaments, offline tournaments, other things of that nature. That's the money that will go towards those things as well. I'm trying to make everything community focused and bring artists and all sorts of crazy stuff. I'm dreamer, so there's a lot of stuff to come here. But I wanted to thank everybody today for coming by. I wanted to say thank you to FatBoi for co-hosting and holding down the mic with me, and super thanks to Party Barge, who is our special guest today. May see him again sometime in the near future if he is available.
For sure. Yeah, be happy to come back.
Yeah, it was great being able to talk with y'all about all sorts of nonsense and what we feel about the game. And you guys at home, please let me know what you guys want to see from this in the future. Give me a follow on Twitter. All of our information is down up on the screen right there. All right, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I'm going to end the stream right now. Goodbye.